Hey McLean Kids, it's Miss Amy. Last week at McLean Kids Online, we learned about disagreements and that we might have them sometimes. And that we need to, when we have them, to be respectful to one another. So that means we are kind, we are good listeners, and we're not yelling at each other. Well, made me think of another thing. You see this chair here and the one I'm sitting on? Well, it made me think about my daughter when she was in kindergarten. Some of you might be in kindergarten now too, but in the classroom they had talking chairs and it helped them in their classroom with disagreements. And one day she was coloring her picture in her kindergarten class and one little boy was la 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 la, and he kept singing and it was bothering her because she couldn't concentrate. So she said, hey, talking chairs, and they both sat down together and they discussed. She said to him, hey, it kind of bothers me when you're singing, I can't concentrate. And he said, oh, I didn't know that. So when they were working on their work, that little boy knew, because they talked it out in the talking chairs, that maybe he needed to sing a different time. It wasn't that singing was bad or that her opinion of having the music or him singing was bad or anything. It was just a disagreement they had, but they worked it out. So he sang at different times. It made me think of also in the Bible, in Matthew 18, we see that if we do have a problem with someone or a disagreement with someone, we're to go to them first by ourselves and say, hey, and tell them what's bothering us. If we don't get a response or a resolution or a result, then we would get a third person. So that person for you as a kid might be a grown-up. It might be a parent. It might be a teacher at school. So those are good things that we can learn about how to solve disagreements we might have by using God's word. It tells us how to get those figured out and how we can talk to one another, and that we do it in a loving and kind way and a respectful manner. So I hope to see you again online this week for our last episode at Connect HQ Kids as we learn more about what it is to be a good friend. We'll see you next time.